They have two
Okay.
weddings.
It's 5:30.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and
And
get
then
started.
here it
Yes,
is.
who we missing?
You were missing Missy and Jackie.
Is it still a quorum though?
It's still quorum, yes.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. We're missing Miss Jackie and Misty.
Yes.
Only two we're missing.
The only two we're
Okay.
missing.
All right, all others are here. We have the minutes. You were emailed the minutes from the last meeting and to look over, and we have a copy of them with you today. Was there anything that needed to be corrected, added, or otherwise fixed? If not, I will accept a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, all right. Recognition of guests. Okay, come on up here and tell us who you are.
I'm kind of with him, but you got this.
Well, hey guys,
Boys and girls.
my name's Josh Campbell with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, Josh.
And so you're not on the agenda. Did you want to make a presentation or?
Yep.
Okay. I guess
all right. Josh Campbell.
Josh Campbell.
Okay.
Okay. I know we had talked a little bit, Lori, about talking with the group.
Yeah.
I just didn't know they were going to be here. That's awesome. Okay. However you want to do that. Luana.
Okay, you go ahead and tell us why you're here.
Here I am. Well, I got a handout that might help me too,
Okay,
but my name's Josh Campbell.
I don't know
I'm the-
that while you're talking. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm the Chief Operations Officer of the Boys and Girls Clubs of South Central Tennessee. And our CEO wanted to be here tonight, but she's actually in Atlanta at our headquarters. He said, "You want to go talk about Boys and Girls Club?" And I said, "Absolutely. It's my favorite thing to talk about." I've been working with the clubs for about 20 years. But I just want to give you a little background of our program nationally and then locally, and then I'll let you know about what we're doing in Mount Pleasant and how we could possibly deepen our impact. But if you aren't familiar with the Boys and Girls Club, we've been around for about 150 years, starting about 1860. Welcome. Oh, you're good. And we currently serve about 4 million kids across the country, as well as internationally on military bases. And we have a foreign countries arm now too, so we serve kids in Africa and all across the board. But one of the unique things about Boys and Girls Clubs is it's a federated model. So we have a national organization that develops real strong programming for kids. And then each of the local organizations manages and kind of tailors those programs to fit the need of the local community. So the Boys and Girls Clubs of formerly Murray County, but in South Central Tennessee now, is based out of Columbia. And we've got a local board, local staff that take care of our kids. We serve everywhere from Spring Hill down to Giles County in Pulaski, but we've got about 1,500 kids we're working with. Last year was right around 1,200, so we've experienced a pretty record demand for our services post-COVID. It just keeps going higher every day. We've got about 500 kids coming down to one of our 15 facilities. And when they do come down to our facilities, we really focus on three main things: academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character and leadership development. Basically, in a nutshell, we want kids to be on track to graduate high school with a plan for their future, as well as, a healthy and respectful lifestyle that they're leading. And although once they graduate, we can't really guide them any further. We feel like if we get them on the right path young enough, we'll, keep them out of the system and get them doing real good stuff with their life. But a couple of things to note, like 100% of club seniors have graduated on time since 1999 when we were founded.
That's
Nice.
So we were real proud of that. And then on the very back page, I have kind of our academic success model. And what we do is offer tutoring to children that demonstrate an extra need. And then we have academic case management, where if they aren't catching up in the grades, we work with the teachers of the school, as well as the child individually and the parents to make sure we're doing the things that they need, set up a communication plan, and then, of course, provide a software support system. But yeah, we've had a lot of success with it. And we currently, in Mount Pleasant, like I said, we love operating in Mount Pleasant. We're in Mount Pleasant Elementary School. But one of the things that has kind of limited our expansion here is our spacing issue. We're limited to one space, and the Department of Education says we need at least 30 square feet per student. So right now we're maxed out at about 30 kids registered, and about 20 of those kids come down every single day. So
And that's just elementary age.
yeah, we were
What's the age group that's allowed to come?
kindergarten through 18.
Okay.
We were in the middle school for a couple years, and then we had middle schoolers coming down to the elementary, but because it was one confined space, like just saw some safety issues with mixing the age groups. So now we limit it to elementary age, where we are currently. But I guess how it relates to you guys, if we had a bigger space, we're looking for a little bit more of a footprint to operate in, something like the community center would be a little bit more feasible for us to work with the kids. We have a similarly sized unit in Columbia, our Wayne Street facility, and they got about 160 kids signed up, with 100 of them coming down daily. So
How would it be staffed?
we provide all the staff and funding for that. And we also have a federal grant coming down the line that we earmarked about $150,000 to work on capital and fixture improvements for a facility that we identify.
Do you pay anything for the facilities that you're using?
Typically not. I don't think that we would be opposed to it, but
I'm only thinking of cleaning.
yeah, I don't think cleaning would be an issue for us to cover.
And do you charge the children's families pay?
We do have
Okay.
a fee. However, I will say this.
Is it income-based fee?
Yeah, one of the things that Boys and Girls Clubs is known for is eliminating all barriers possible. So kids are never turned away for not being able to pay for our service, and roughly 62% of our student population is on financial aid.
I figured it was a large number.
Yeah.
I thought that would maybe be a little bit bigger. That's not
How
too bad.
how many seniors did you have from Murray County last school year?
That school year, I think we had about 12.
Okay.
Some.
And Josh, can you speak a little bit about the leadership programs that they can participate in and be recognized nationally?
Yeah, absolutely. One of our biggest ones is our Youth of the Year program, and that's for high school age students. And basically what they do is they work on a speech and their interview skills, and they put together basically a presentation about themselves. And there's a local competition, and the winner of that local competition moves on to the state competition, and the winner of the state competition moves on to the national one. And because of this pipeline, the national winner actually 2 years ago was from the Smoky Mountains Club. She won $25,000 for 4 years, so $100,000 in scholarships. She got a new car out of the deal.
Wow.
Toured the country. Just an amazing program, amazing opportunity. And then we have what's called our Keystone Club, and that's for civic-minded teens that would like to volunteer in the community. And then we provide a forum for them to kind of voice where they'd like to volunteer. And we provide the resources to get them out, whether it's a nursing home or, clean up a park or the
Parks and Rec,
schools.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
And then we have one underneath that's our Torch Club, and that's for our tween age kids, about 8 to 11. And it's still the same thing, focused on community involvement, but it's for the younger group.
And this is all provided by the staff that's going to be there if this worked out for you.
Yep, absolutely. We have one of the strongest.
The hours, would y'all need the facility?
Typically, we're open after school until 6 p.m.
I'm thinking about the other people who use the building like Boy Scout or,
6
the
p.m., yeah.
Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, both those I think start after 6, don't they? I don't really know.
Volunteer squad, they're usually between 4:30 and 6.
So the other thing, I'm sure you've been by the community center, you know where it is, since it's right there in the middle of all the schools. You open those doors, you tend to have everybody that's waiting for their parent to pick them up, just walk in. How would you prevent that? That's been a problem in the past.
Yeah, we have, at every single one of our locations, we call them a registrar that sits at the front of the room we only have usually one unlocked door for safety, but we have a staff that is dedicated solely to monitoring the entrance, and we make sure they're either already registered members or we are able to tell them becoming members.
Becoming a registered.
Yeah.
We that's been difficult monitoring that, but
And how much of the facility would you think you would need? Entire facility or one half of it?
I'm not 100% sure what the square footage is. Do you have any idea?
it's almost 20,000 square
Yeah, it's
feet.
big.
Yeah.
It's
You're
big.
welcome to come, like, look at it if you,
Yeah.
if you like. I'll give you a tour.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You'd want to confine it because you wouldn't want to clean.
Yeah, the East
Everything.
Hall side is what I'm more thinking of because it's got some possible usage out of it. It's got, some games that were already going to be used in there at one time, I don't know that they were going to be usable anymore, but, the thought process was a smaller side.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the bigger side gets rented out a lot more often.
Yeah. So I guess I get that, that didn't know you were going to be here tonight, but the best thing would be for us to continue the conversations, get phone numbers for Alicia and myself. And it would have to go through the city commission because it'd be some kind of a contractual arrangement because you guys are handling the money, you're handling the cleaning. And we could do all of that.
They would need to make a present to the need on the agenda for the commission meeting. When
I
they,
think we're on the agenda for next month.
of course, Parks and Rec can make a recommendation in itself, but you'd have to still propose this to the commission, right?
Right. And I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking
I had talked to Bill and he told me,
about, oh, he just hadn't told me yet.
okay. Well, we were trying to get on this month's agenda and he said, no, we got too much. He said, wait till October. He said, I got you October.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I would suggest going to visit the facility to make sure that,
Yeah.
So
So the biggest part's going to, like we've talked about, who's in the facility, make sure that only people that you know are in the facility, and then you have 2 restrooms in the lobby area that cleaning is very expensive out there. So having that cleaned so that it could be used, those would be things that we'd be concerned about because there've been issues in the past. And so you'll stop at the elementary school level?
No, honestly, like, depending on how the space is laid out, like, we would, if we had, like, a big room and a smaller room, like, if we had a smaller group of middle school students that wanted to come down, or high school students, like, we would serve whatever the demand is.
Yeah, I think you should at least go view the
take a look at
facility
it.
and make this presentation there and.
Really
and some-
hard to monitor
Yeah.
Yeah.
the whole facility.
It is. It is. I mean, I ran a
Once you
team program
see
there
it.
for a while, and with a limited staff, it's a challenge. Because if you're monitoring the front door, which is what I did, even though the other doors are not locked,
they let them in.
they still can be open from the inside and they leave out of there. And then things are going on. So, I mean, monitoring everything by yourself is a challenge.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
But they have staff.
Yeah,
that
so
would
if it's
be able
staffed
to do
properly, I
that.
mean, that is definitely a,
Plus,
I
the
think-
staff is trained in CPR.
Yeah, I think for you to be able to do this presentation to the commission, you do need to go look
Yeah, for sure.
at the facility and see, because your presentation is going to, deem on you being able
How many
to
staff
cover it.
people that you're going to guarantee
Yeah.
are out there and that kind of stuff?
Well,
Yeah.
our established ratio is 15-1. So we can go as high as 25-1 if we're just doing like recreation activities. But our target is always 15 kids to 1 staff member. And in that ratio, we don't count the front desk person or the manager of the site.
Okay,
okay.
It's good.
That's great information.
yeah, thank
I've
you.
got one other, thank you so much. I put my cards on that, but I've got one other random flyer for you. We had our first ever Mount Pleasant fundraiser. We are excited that it's coming out. Like I said, we have about 60% of our kids on financial aid, so we use fundraising to subsidize the other half of that. If anyone's interested in going, we'd love to have you.
Thank you.
Where's this gonna be at?
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah, thanks, Mark.
It's gonna be a Hale Hall. It's gonna be at the chapel.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Danny Holmes gonna cater.
Josh, I'll get in touch with you and Danny tomorrow about other stuff.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
All right, reports from committee. Let's see, splash pad update.
The splash pad is still up and running. It's been running fairly well after the few debacles of the summer. We'll run it probably to the end of the month if possible, and then shut her down so that we can get her ready.
Get her winterized, yeah.
And get her ready to close completely.
All right. Date night movie.
This Saturday, of course, we're hosting the date night movie. There's not been a lot of interest. We have, with the event page that we put up, there's like 2 people coming and there's like 20 interested. Now, when they say interested, are they interested in the date night movie itself, or are they interested in showing up and being a part of this? The last movie we had 3 people show up. And me being the only staff member there that night, if some people hadn't had to change their plans, I would have had to clean it up all by myself that night because no one else showed up. So I don't know if y'all want to cancel this event and just move on to our movie night in the park with the s'mores for the Clark Mini Park on the 30th, or if you want to host this event and see how many show up, whether it be 2 or 22.
I will speak to that. I'll do whatever y'all want to do. I'll help. I will be available to help. The golf tournament's that day. It's over at like 1 or something like that. So I will be around that evening.
Well, like you've got the golf tournament that day, you have the Tennessee football game that day, you have the
Which is always the thing.
football league playing football that night.
Which is, that's always going to be an obstacle, no matter what the event is, whether it's Barbecue Fest, whether it's the Bicentennial, we're always going to be competing against other stuff going on. The only way to know is to do it. Yeah, I mean, that, and, I don't care whether we cancel it. I don't care whether we do it. I just know that if we posted it and say we were going to do it, I would prefer to move forward with it so that, it looks like we're consistently trying.
I don't know, I have not paid enough attention to know how much we've.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, and I don't know that either, but if I don't know that if we have it posted, I don't know what we've done. But if you said that we've got some 20 interests in 2, I just don't want to, that's the first consistency. I think it's always key to developing any kind of program or any kind of thing. And if we don't want to develop the program, that's fine too. But if you're trying to make people come, eventually they'll get used to, well, they're always doing stuff, And that's just my opinion. But I'll do whichever y'all want to. If we don't do it, I don't have to go that evening. If we do it, I will be there that evening. And we'll be at the golf.
would this be the first time we tried it?
The adult movie night, yes.
And that's another thing, I know some of us thought that we should try to do something for adults and, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but, if I have my choice what to do with my adult time, it's something different than that. I'm just gonna be honest,
At your house, probably.
Huh? Yes, I'm going to be in my house in my bed watching my TV.
Well, I mean, when I put it out there to even ask about, what movie to watch,
Yes.
what movie you recommend.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of people that even
Yeah.
answered to that. So, I
And
mean,
I think Jason Reason might have chimed in,
Yeah.
and he talked to me about it at maybe whenever I saw him somewhere else, hey,
We should have had watched the football game day.
Yeah.
which, which is definitely, that's an idea. I mean, we could big
Until they
screen a
just gave-
football game out
Until
there.
they just gave us ESPN back, I was about ready to.
I know, right? I'm with you on that.
And I mean, the movie night at the splash pad, we had 2 people.
That
Well-
was kids.
Yeah, no, it was a grandfather and his grandson.
But I mean, was it geared towards kids?
Yeah,
Because of
yeah.
splash pad.
Yeah. And see, look,
So, I mean, it is what it is.
it is what it is, and you never know until you try, And whenever I got ready to move the Hardy Trail from downtown to Community Center, a lot of people told me it was a horrible idea because downtown's where everybody grouped at and met at, and it was kind of like, well, it's COVID, I can't do it there right now. Let's go do it here. I have space, and it turned out to be a pretty good event. You just never know until you try. If it doesn't work, well, then I would chalk it up as that the grown folks in this town don't want to do nothing.
Other thing you face from now, volleyball.
Lots of things.
Every night.
And it's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
And look, guys, and and I don't know. I mean, if we don't do anything, then everybody in town's gonna say we never do anything. If you do stuff, then we're gonna say y'all never come to anything. It's been the battle ever since I've been doing this since Thomas. At the Parks and Rec convention, and the comment was made that if people are not coming to your event, you're not throwing the right kind of event. So it's like, well, what do you want? Find everything. Well, the things that really work are geared around
Kids.
kids and an existing holiday already. They're already going to be inconvenienced by their children to have to come to Halloween.
Yeah.
They're just grateful for a great place to be able to go to.
Because it's much easier to come to the community center. and
Much
spend-
easier.
Spend 20 minutes. than
Much
to try to
easier.
Haul them around
All
town.
town.
again.
It's a great,
Yeah.
the community appreciates, same way with Easter. I think that's why it's such a successful event, because everybody gets to congregate in one spot, and they're going to be inconvenienced by their children to go somewhere.
Because we should, just a thought, like he said, if we could show the football game or something, that would bring adults and kids.
Well, I think the idea behind this was because everything was geared towards kids to give adults. I mean, what would have worked is if we could have had some volunteer cheerleaders babysit on the East Hall side while their adults watch the movie on the West Hall side. You might have got a bigger turnout if we said, we'll babysit for free. If you got somebody to volunteer to watch the little kids on one side and then show the movie on the other side, you probably get a pretty good turnout. But now I got to find a babysitter to come up to the community center to sit on your hard floor and watch a movie. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not going to be interested in that. I don't know. Just saying. And if I could bring my kids, then it's going to be a kid movie. And then you're not going to get any adults having a date night. You're going to get mom or dad, whichever has been inconvenienced or tricked by the other one to bring their kids to the community center. If you could try it. Or people will say we don't do nothing.
I mean, I just know that I was the only one that showed up last time.
Well, I won't leave you. I can't always be at everything for some reason. I have volunteered for too many things, and it becomes conflict. Sometimes I can't be at everything, but I can be at this one to help with the projector and the sound system. I'll take care of all that part for you. I ain't the only one sitting up here though. If you want to put it to a vote,
Right. I have an event. Our food truck has to go to Riverside on Saturdays.
you can put it to a vote if you want to. Like I said, I'm not the only one up here.
It's this Saturday, right? Yeah, I'm on call. I've got a client that's doing a major upgrade, so I don't know if I can guarantee to be there.
Kathy, I'll let you slide this time.
Yeah.
What time is it starting?
About 7:30 start.
It's outside.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Putting it on the splash pad worked really well. People have somewhere to sit, like behind there, and like it was, it was right there. We didn't need a whole lot of extra stuff because the power comes straight out of the building. So just shutting the splash pad down a little bit early that day and setting it up, it worked just fine.
Okay.
I don't know if the board has an opinion on that. I think in general, So Alicia's been here about a year.
Uh-huh.
Next month, we need to probably just talk about programs in general and what's working, what may not be working, and what we want to see going forward. And that probably needs to be on your guys' agenda going forward. But
Well, I think your Mini Clark movie will work good, but you gotta walk the neighborhood with some flyers. You're
yeah,
not socially media driven on the same platforms that you are. Peyton and I had a bunch of now we looked like we were the Pied Piper because there was about 50 kids walking behind us everywhere we went, telling us, don't pull one on that door. He mean, so it was really good, but
but you got the word out.
we did, and but it does require staffing for that event because I didn't have much that night, and there was a whole lot of kids and no parents.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of little kids
The
with no
law
parents.
definitely require help. for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
just saying, letting y'all know that it's going to require staffing, and to get
When-
the word out,
when is
it does
movie?
require some footwork.
It's the 30th, yeah. So does anybody on the board want to make a motion about date night movie?
So I'll do whatever y'all want to, and I don't think that you get if you've not gotten very much response, you might not get a whole lot of negative reaction. But anytime anything was ever canceled, I have still hear stuff all the time anyway. It's like, why
Well, I
we
mean, you're
try to
not
do
going to please
stuff.
everybody no matter what.
You're
you
not.
do.
You're not going
Yeah,
to
always
do
have
that.
get criticized.
But
I mean, we've already faced that.
but I'm not throwing a splash pad movie for two people. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. And
We've already done
yeah, I know you have. Then I'm hearing that. And so I don't
that.
blame
And
you.
I hate, that nobody come out and enjoyed that, because that was such a fun movie. That little fella that sat there, he was inside. the
Somebody
whole
had
night.
fun.
And like, he talked to his granddad through the whole thing, and it was the sweetest thing you've ever seen.
But you'd like to see 20 or 30
Yeah.
couples like that, grandparents and kids, moms and dads, whichever. And I don't know if it's,
And I mean, I get people have things to do,
I
and
do too.
things, so much is going on, and it's hard to determine as a collective, like, what to do, when to do it, and when's the right time to show these things so that people will show up.
it's no different than the teen program, Alicia. I mean, justifying it for the 4 or 5 kids who really needed it. They
Yeah.
needed a place to go. Makes you feel sorry for them because they've got no place to go. And I remember right after we shut it down, they just hang out under the canopy, still the same group of kids, some of them,
Oh, I know that. I deal with that one.
They're still there.
Yeah. So, yeah. And so, I get asked all the time why the teen center's not open by a select few group of people who are, and why we don't do more things. It's like, well, we try to do things.
Don't have a step to do.
I'm not really for sure what kind of things you're looking for, because sometimes when we do things, don't nobody show up, So, all you can do is try. I tried. And I'll tell you what worked a lot for me, I think, which was Facebook Live. Yeah,
I'm not
I know.
in front of the camera person.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to come do that, all you want, you're more than welcome.
But yeah,
You're behind the camera.
I'm behind the camera.
yeah. But I think, because I was doing it a lot. Of course, I got made fun of a lot too, but I think people showed up to a lot of things simply because I was constantly on there going,
So do you have a recommendation on what you want to do Saturday night?
I just hate to show up and then no one show up. You know what I mean?
Is that September or October?
September.
You said a football game, but you're trying to do like a tailgating event and game.
I have not.
I think that might be a good.
I have
idea.
not. And that's what I'm saying. I thought that was a wonderful idea when Lima said it, showing a game on the
Makes
big
you talk
screen.
about Tennessee.
I'm talking about any
Yeah,
game.
any game.
Personally, I think it needs to be Alabama, but I'm not sure.
Well, my next question is if it, is alcohol consumption that usually comes with adults watching sports, and how you regulate and control that. Because if you say that you can drink beer while you watch the game, you'll have a packed house at the community center. You have a lot of cleanup too.
Yeah, that's a whole
Yeah.
other license and
Yeah,
approval
so,
too.
and if you restrict drinking, I don't know that you get a lot of people come to watch a football game. I don't know, Ted. I'm just saying. I don't watch football.
On the tailgate.
Yeah, like a tailgate, like he was saying with Brian, I think that would come in more pulling adults out, just like the front porch
Yeah.
stuff.
Because they have
Yes, that's
kids.
true.
Yeah.
It's front porch. Do we allow drinking?
Yeah, but
What?
it's on the
Front
private
porch
property.
concert, we were,
Because it's on private
but
property.
it's still, that's what I'm saying, you know, it's why a lot of adults show up to those things. I'm just-
No, I show up.
Just
and
being
I don't
honest.
drink.
But I mean.
I don't
there-
drink
there are
and I don't
plenty
watch
of
football,
adults
so I'm really not a good, I'm really not a good person to be
You go
talking
out
about
to
this.
Tennessee game, you're gonna get a big crowd.
Oh, boy.
Well, that's on our barbecue festival, so we can't do that night.
Yeah, y'all always do that, so I'm trying to run around barbecue fest and
It's on
watch the
one-
game on my phone.
Yeah.
Just doing a different version.
Barbecue Fest 21st?
The 21st.
21st, October
Need to
21st.
let Mr. DeBoe.
I think they got
They
3
want
people
to do
signed
a
up
thing.
already.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
Well,
gonna
we're
text
just
him.
starting to get the word out.
Tell them to reach out to me and I can get them a vendor for them.
Chicken coop.
I think he thinks you're mad at him.
Pigs and jigs. And somebody else was wanting to be in it.
Backyard.
Outdoor,
Outdoor somebody, yeah.
outdoor cooks.
Outdoor cooks, yeah.
And then she mentioned you guys.
Well, that's what I'm talking to Laura about.
She
Sure,
don't
she
know
needs it.
about it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I know about it, but, I mean, we got two, I can go to that church I was telling you about, because we got barbecue festival.
Yeah, well, we all kind of thought that.
I think Jackie's one.
Jackie's going to be in Columbia, yes. Jackie Johnson, she's going to be in Columbia. They got something they're doing in Columbia. That's why she said she had talked to Melvin, but he wasn't for sure. He said y'all was kind of hit or miss.
I told him I had, he got away from me.
So what do y'all recommend we do about movie night this Saturday?
I'm going to leave that decision up to y'all. I don't care one way or the other.
I'm hearing that there's not a lot of support. And when I mean support, I don't mean support from you guys. I mean,
Community
I
support.
don't feel like there's going to be a lot of people there. It might be Alicia watching a movie.
And so I'll leave that to you, Alicia. I mean, I'll help you if you need my help.
Yeah, just
If
leave
you
that up
wanna
to
do
you.
it,
If
then you
you
tell
don't
me.
think there's gonna be any, then just don't do it.
You're the one monitoring the Facebook page and doing the stuff. So if you don't want, I mean, I support,
I'll make a
I'm,
decision and day tomorrow. See if we get any feedback.
All right, we'll do that.
just let me know.
We'll make that call into the day
And
tomorrow.
I will help you with the equipment stuff. I can be available for this Saturday.
I'll be late. I'll try to come, but we got a South Side reunion, which is a big thing in Columbia. So I'm gonna be participating at that, but as soon as I can leave that, I'll try to get down here, but I don't know what time that'll be.
If you end up doing it, let me know. There is a possibility I can come. I just can't commit to it.
We'll let you
I
all
don't
know.
what's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
We'll send out an email.
Okay. Moving right along.
All right. Fundraiser at the Dixie Youth Fields.
Sunday, they are doing a Battle of the Badges or boots, badges and boots, or I don't know exactly what they're calling it.
It's this Sunday coming up.
It's this Sunday. The
What
police
time?
department and the fire department are having a SpongeBob game.
What time?
So it's the 17th at 4 o'clock. I
Yeah.
think the star player is Ted Howe.
17th,
I'm not sure today, but
4
Or
p.m.
you'll get injured even worse.
They're trying to raise
Not gonna
money
kill me. You
to
can't have
get
that.
back
Can't
into
have
the
that.
wheels over there, and I think if we would show up and help support them, that would be great if y'all could.
Have we posted this? 'Cause I haven't seen
Yes,
it.
it's been, they posted it, I've shared it
Okay.
through the Parks and Rec.
I'll do something. Anybody told me nothing about it
I ain't
yet.
seen it yet.
So,
Okay.
and of course, they've changed from, Mount Pleasant Dixie Youth to Murray Dixie
Yeah.
Youth. So, the
Good.
name there has changed.
It's okay. It opens up the realm of more incoming
I
money.
think they might even be having like a silent auction.
Yeah, I think so, something like that.
And some other things going on too. So, it's not just gonna be the ball game, but the ball game's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to watch. And I will have picture proof. So,
I'll come cheer you on,
All
Ted.
right, movies and s'mores, we said that was the 30th.
yes, ma'am. Of course, that's at Park, Miss Graham's,
And this is what day again?
the 30th.
30th.
September?
Uh,
Is that what day?
That's where you have little kids, so you need help,
yeah,
right?
so where,
Is it Saturday?
it's a Saturday. So we'll definitely need help with those little kids.
Who's gonna be who's fire people gonna be there?
That I don't know, but I can find out.
You need to have somebody there.
Yeah.
somebody's gonna catch a fire, I'm just certain of it.
Big Brit did.
Let me see.
He seems to always be on call when we have things. But, you know, if y'all can guarantee me some help that night, we'll send Bedford back through the streets back there with his Pied Piperness to gather up all the children.
All right, haunted trail.
The haunted trails, I have sent out emails with forms to, the businesses I have emails for,
I already picked
which
my
is
spot.
quite a list. I've got several responses and already started working on our map. I think we have just a few that are interested in the actual chili cook-off itself. And that may be more towards the fire and police department than
You're
anything.
gonna have some more people, I think, that show up towards the end of this, because
Yeah.
it's hard, because I've talked to a lot of people about it, and people get really excited about it, and then when I ask them again, it's, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
So,
so I'm gonna resend emails.
Definitely keep that
Alicia,
information.
I need a copy of the rules and regulations and the application, because I have several people that are interested that have not heard about it.
Yeah. I could take one of the registration forms to the bank, put it on the mezzanine reader board.
You need more copies, I think.
I think I've talked to girls at the bank and participating,
Oh, wait.
cooking something.
Yeah.
They're gonna be there anyway, you might as well bring some chili.
Okay.
You need extra?
No, ma'am.
I did order and I
Thank you, 'cause I
have
had several people
and I
that
didn't bring
wanted
it
this. I can make
tonight,
copies.
another box of the popcorn, the ones with the popcorn and the oil in the bags.
Uh-huh.
That's
I
good stuff.
ordered another box. I have
Okay,
it.
good. Because we've used, like, with the last movie night, we used like about half that box.
Okay,
or
I've
a
got
little
another
more.
box.
So we'll have a whole box and a piece of a box.
Okay.
So that'll give us good and plenty
Okay,
with those two full boxes.
all right.
We always run out of popcorn, because I never get
Yes,
none.
we do.
You handed it out
No,
one year?
I know I got 3 boxes, and every time somebody, oh, I didn't get one, I give it to them, then I go back and get me another. Oh, I didn't get one, then I gave them the, I said, look, it ain't no more. And finally, somebody gave me some microwave popcorn. Y'all, this ain't the same.
And I have the free ice cream cones and free frozen drinks what's left that we had from Easter.
Yeah.
That we can give out to you on top of that.
Yeah.
So,
Good.
we've still got over half a box of each.
All right.
All we have to do is show up.
Yeah.
The rest of it's gonna be good.
Yes,
And that's on the 28th, right?
yes, the 28th.
If we did, even if we didn't go all out like we've been, I think we've started that wheel of motion now. The Halloween and Easter are gonna go off without a hitch.
And if anybody wants to decorate a little more this year,
That's why I want the space where I asked you for.
that,
I'm planning on decorating it really well for you.
All right, craft day.
that is November the 11th. That is scheduled for November the 11th.
Yeah, that's
That
a holiday.
Yeah, that's,
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day. That day I also have, cheer from 9 to 1 that's scheduled, and these kids are paying for it. So,
I can be there on November 11th
okay,
easily. And I did order and I have, you know how we did those?
the balls,
Yes, they're plastic, they're not glass, plastic, but they're clear ones. And I ordered some, they look like icicles that you can do the same thing with.
So the 11th is a Saturday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it wouldn't be a holiday. We're probably off the 10th or what's the bank holiday, Bedford, for the 11th?
Would be the
Monday,
13th,
it's on, huh?
probably
Friday or
13th.
Monday?
That's a good
Yeah, it's on the
question. Jay. I
calendar
don't
for
know.
Monday.
It's on a Monday.
I don't have my glasses either. I'm not really reading anything. I'm just pretending I was looking.
But I ordered
Thursday.
100 of each.
Yeah.
okay.
Because I know last year,
Miss Stacy got us some, a box of crafts, like wooden things to paint.
It's gonna be Friday if they observe it.
do we have paint or do we need more of the little
We
bottles
have
of paint? Okay.
I will look to see, like, if some
No,
of,
she
a lot of
said
that's dried out. I went
Yeah,
through last
Let me
year.
know because I can paint, I
It's
can do.
in the calendar,
next to
it says
the little
it's
bottles,
observed on
the
Friday,
acrylic or
the 10th.
Whatever it is, the
Yeah.
washable.
Yeah,
But the
Federal
balls with the
holiday.
paint in it worked really well. And I
Yeah.
did order a box too of ones
Good for
that come
us.
apart. So you can put a picture, if they brought a
Hey,
picture
what
with
was
them,
that?
or confetti or whatever,
yeah.
and stuff that together.
yeah, that'd be cute.
They could color something. The kid could color a little, we could cut squares of something, Merry Christmas or whatever. They could
Yeah.
color
I might
it,
be
put
out
it
of town,
inside there
though.
and suck it back together.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Or
So,
Well, on those craft day.
okay.
It's possible I might be out of town, and if I'm out of town, Victoria will be out as well. Possible. It just, I don't know if it's gonna happen yet or not.
Well, we have plenty of time to discuss that
Yeah.
with things. We need to change the date. Just looking at the calendar.
Since Kate told me that it's gonna be a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
The center's pretty busy.
Makes plans.
Breakfast with Santa.
That is on December the 16th.
December 16th. You got a Santa picked out?
No, I don't. I'm sure I had Mr.
I think it's Todd's daddy.
Stewart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Todd's daddy. He does a good job.
Yeah, he did that, craft day last year. He did a great job.
He
So
did
I'm
it.
gonna reach out to him
Yeah.
again to see if he was busy that
He
day.
did it for the grill too.
Yeah, but, just getting help to serve pancakes, whether we need volunteers.
What day is the 16th?
cheerleaders Or, yeah,
What day is that?
I can buy
This
you
is
some
Saturday.
pancake
Okay.
stuff. I have graduation that day, so I can't. I
okay.
have graduation at 10 a.m.
You're good.
I don't know why
I
I
can-
wouldn't be able to be there
I
that
can
day.
get pancake mix, I can get syrup, I can get whatever you need.
Well, my mom
The
volunteered
16th,
to.
same as the parade?
No, I'm asking.
Oh,
She
no.
said just give her.
Rotary parade. I don't know yet.
It
We'll-
hasn't been set yet. I was
Yeah, no.
gonna say about that when we're done with this Christmas stuff.
So we haven't really,
You let me know what you need. I
Okay.
can't be there that day, but I'll be glad to provide stuff.
Okay.
or no-
But, just volunteering
I should be able to be
time,
there on the
people,
16th.
bodies to help serve and things like that. I'll do pictures that day with Santa, and then we can post them on the Parks and Rec page, and then people can get them from there. If they want a digital copy, just leave me an email and I can send it that way. That way
Have to
they
print
can
'em.
get their pictures and whatnot.
Okay.
So we had the Main Street meeting today,
Yes.
and they were trying to figure out,
Well, Haverly's coming with me to Rotary on the
Yeah.
20th and as a guest and because it's and at Rotary, I don't think we've really settled on a date yet either.
no, haven't. And so what we're gonna ask for is 12/9. We wanted to do it 12/2.
That's right before Columbia's tree lighting or something.
Correct.
Yeah, we're trying to
There
get
was a
right ahead of
basketball
it.
game that night, and we know if there's going to be parades and stuff, you want the kids and the youth
Uh-huh.
and the bands and all
Yeah.
that. So we moved it back a little bit later than we wanted to, the
Yeah.
9th. But Main Street has ordered a
30-foot tree, I know.
Christmas tree.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Columbia's is 40 feet.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be, it's really big, so it'll be a tree lighting and a parade. And she was going to get with Rotary to make sure that date was going to be okay with them.
I'm sure we
She's
won't
already
have.
talking to Chance, I think.
Yeah, that's what I told her to get with Chance. I don't think Rotary will have an issue with it because I don't think we really had
No, it
a
hasn't
date
been set
anyway.
yet.
So my question is, where we gonna put that big tree when we're finished
We're
using
gonna
it?
work all night. Where are we gonna put it after we take it down?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll
How
probably
we
go
gonna
put it
let-
up somewhere, but where are we gonna store it?
We
at?
had a staff meeting.
Because the last tree, everybody thought I lost it. I think they figured they found it at Rand's the other day or something.
We gotta figure it out, yeah.
A lot of things are in. Things just have, like,
I just didn't have a key to the building to go and check myself.
So that isn't anything that's like a city event, but I think it's gonna be a big event that we probably wanna participate. Next year, we're already shooting for December 7th for it because the first of the month falls like on the Friday before. So I think going forward, if this is successful this year, we'll participate in whatever happens next year.
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I think Main Street has changed its focus, is looking for the big four events that they're required to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, so
She's gonna be really good, I think. Yeah.
different.
Anything else?
Nothing wrong with different.
Take a GPS tracker on Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. If there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll offer a motion that we adjourn.
Okay.
A second.
All right.